Hello everyone, I hope you all are well. So I am Mansi Rihani and today we are conducting a webinar on mastering invoice design with special commands. In this webinar, I will explain all the steps for the configuration of mastering invoice design with special commands. First, I will present you the topic mastering invoice design with special commands, and after that I will show practical steps in Busy. Through this presentation, we will understand how to use special commands in Advanced Invoice. If you have any queries and doubts, you can ask at the end of the session. Now I am starting the webinar. Mastering Invoice Design with Special Commands. Session objectives. First, we will introduce what is special commands and how you can use it in Busy itself for advanced configuration for advanced invoicing. After that, we'll learn the special commands in advanced invoice. That how can you use special commands in advanced invoice. After that, explaining the special commands and introducing the special commands in Busy, I'll show the demo session in Busy. Practically, I'll show you the demo session in Busy. After that, we'll go to the Q&A session. If you have any doubts and queries, you can ask in Q&A session. Topics to be covered. What are the topics we can cover today? So what are the topics we are covering today? First, the topic is fonts and characters. How you can use the fonts and the characters in Advanced Invoice. Lines. How you can configure the lines alignment you can use. How you can configure that in Invoice. You need full line, you need half line, or you need horizontal line, vertical line. How you can use the lines in Busy, we'll learn today. Formulas. We'll learn how you can apply the formula. If the field is not given in advanced format, how you can call a field by using the formulas like addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division. After that, we'll learn data manipulation fields. Data manipulation fields, that means hashtag many fields we can use like TW. We want amount in words, we want to trim the words, we want to trim the line, we want to round off the amount automatically, lower side, upper side. We can use the data manipulation fields. How you can use the data manipulation fields in advanced invoice. After that, last point is QR code. We'll learn how you can configure the QR code in Busy. The two type of QR code in Busy is there. The first one is static and the second one is dynamic. How you can configure the QR code in Busy itself. If you want the static QR code or you want the dynamic QR code, we'll learn how you can configure the QR code in Busy. Moving to the next slide, let us see these features practically in Busy. Now we'll see these practically features in Busy. Fonts and characters. Normal characters, if you are using a normal characters, no lines has been mentioned. In A4 page, it will take 80 characters in a single line. I am explaining you again. If you are not calling any fields in advanced invoice, if the page is A4, in a single line, you can configure 80 characters. If you call more than 80 characters, it will go out of the page. Or if you call below 80 characters, it will show the blank space. So in normal A4 page, the normal lines per number of lines in a single line, you can call the 80 characters. If you are calling the CPI, there is a field in Busy CPI. If you call the CPI field, it will call 96 characters in a single line, in a single characters, you can call the 96 characters. I will show you in Busy the CPI line. This is my company. I will log in. I'll go to administration, configuration, invoice document designing, advanced. I will call the standard invoice. I'll call the any of the format you can call. I'll go to the header part. The shortcut key is F4, or you can call it from here print styles. The shortcut key is F4. While you press F4 key, the CPI is a field available here. The CPI 12, CPI 12 off. If I call this field CPI 12 on, in a single line, it will shrink the characters. In a single line, it will call the total number of characters is 96. If I call the CPI line. Or if I call the condensed line, it will call total number of characters in a single line. It will call 136 characters. This is the condense field. I will show you. Condense. If I press C, this is the condense on, condense off. If I call the condense on field, it will call total number of characters in a single line is 136. So how you can use in a normal, you can use 80 characters. If you call CPI command, it will total number of characters in a single line, it will call 96 characters. If I call condense field, it will call number of total characters in a single line, it will call 136 characters. We have a font fields also available. Font 18 field, font 15 field, data font fields. If I want to call the font fields, I can call data font. This is the data font on, data font off, font 18, font 15. These are the print style available in Busy. You can, if you want to call the font, you can call for font 18, font 15, or data font you can call in Busy itself. Moving to the next slide, lines. The vertical lines is, you can see the symbol. Vertical line is this one, and horizontal line is in landscape mode. The line which is coming in horizontal line. This is the horizontal line and this is the vertical line. If you call BLVA, BLV means BL is the field, V means vertical line, and A means it. If I call A, I call ABC in a single line, it will print the line. It will print the line till the text only. After that, it will blank the line. It will, if I call A, it will call the field. It will call the line till text only. If I press F instead of A, it will print full vertical line, whether the content, whether the text or content is in half page coming or full page coming. It will call the line is in full page. If I call A line, it will call the field in till text only. Horizontal line. BLH is the field. BLH means horizontal. A means it will print the horizontal line till your text only. If I call F instead of A, it will print horizontal line full line. In the full page, it will print the horizontal line. If I call BLHL, that means it will print the line from left. In left, it will print the line. Instead of L, if I configure R, that L means left, R means right. If I configure BLHR, that will print the horizontal line in right hand side. So this is how you can call the fields like BLHVA, BLHVF. A means till text only, F means full page line, BLHA till text horizontal, BLHFF means full lines horizontal, BLH L means left line horizontal, BLH, R means right horizontal line. After that, I will show you the formula, how you can configure the formulas in Busy itself. This is the Busy screen. I configure a format like formula. This is the header which I configured as load default. This is the footer I configured as load default. This is the body part. This is the field which I configured load default. But this is the field which I configured manually. This is the first field. I want the amount, total amount minus compound discount. I applied the discount in item wide discount. I call in voucher. I want a value amount. I'm calling item wide discount and item wise tax. So the value is coming after tax and after discount. So I want a field like I want total amount minus compound discount field. So how you can configure that? You can call the field like Alt F4 you press. Alt F4 is the shortcut key, or you can select from here fields available, amount. This is the amount field which I called. This is the amount field which I called. Again I am pressing F4 key. Again I am pressing the F4 key. I am calling discount field. I am calling the discount, compound discount amount 1 field. So how you can do that? If you want to minus the amount, if you want to do minus, if you want to subtract amount minus compound discount, what you can do, you can call two fields. The first field is amount, and after that you can call the field compound discount. After that, what you can do, you have to remove this character from here, caret line from caret character from here, remove R from here, remove comma from here, remove your size from here, remove comma from there. Or what we have to do, we have to define minus sign from this. This means amount minus compound discount. The total number of character is 16 in this field, or you can print the alignment will be print in right hand side. If I'll show you in voucher, this is my voucher. I call the discount here. This is the price coming. This is the item wise text coming. I want total amount minus discount amount I need. So I call the field from here. If I print Alt P, I am printing the field data formula format. I selected here preview. You can see the amount is coming 1924. The amount is coming 1924. That means it will call the field amount, total amount minus your compound discount amount. The field is coming as per that. You can use that if the field is not available in your standard format or advanced format. You can configure the formula like addition, subtraction, or multiplication or division. The second field which I called is I want the amount quantity minus into price. I want a amount field that will call, if I call amount field, it will consider your tax amount also. It will consider your discount amount also. But I need only amount field which will multiplication your quantity into price. That will not include your discount amount. That will not consider your tax amount. I want a field like before discount or before tax. I want a field multiplication of your quantity into price. That amount I need. So I called quantity field, and the price field I called here. I removed the characters from here. In between quantity and price, I applied star here. Star means multiplication. The symbol is for minus. Minus is the symbol For multiplication, star is the symbol in keyboard. So I applied quantity between price and quantity will apply multiplication. So I applied star here. I will show you now in voucher. Alt P, print, formula. I selected the format here, preview. See, it will coming the amount 1800. That means the it will not consider your discount amount. It will not consider your tax amount. It will only multiply your quantity into your price. That is the value coming here. So the field which is not available here, you can call it from formula. I'll go to the body part again. Now I want amount divide price. I want total amount divide price. What will be the actual amount? If I consider the total amount, that means include your tax amount, that will include your discount amount divided by your price amount. This is the field, it's not available in fields available. So I applied the formula. I called the field total amount. I configured the amount field here. I call the price field here. I remove the characters as I shown you in previously in compound discount field. I remove the characters from here in amount and price. In between these two fields, I applied division formula. Division sign will be like this, hash slash like this in the right hand side. So I applied the division here, means I want a field amount, total amount minus division by price. This is the field I want. So I applied the field. I will show you the print now. Formula, I selected the format here, review. See, the amount is this and the price is this. So dividing by your amount and your price, it will calculating the amount is 1.18. This is the amount calculating 1.18. So you can call the fields like that. I'll go to the body part again. I will show you the plus sign. I need a field like, if you want a big formula, I want configure many of the fields, many of the fields like first I want to multiply your quantity into your list price. What is the list price? After that, I want multiplication of quantity into your price. The net value coming by multiplication of quantity into list price and quantity into price. I want the net value by plussing those two values by multiplication of those values. So I configured the formula. I configured the field like quantity here first. I configured the call the field list price here. After that, I will again call the field quantity here. And after that, I call the field price here. I want multiplication of quantity into list price first. So I use the brackets like this line here. This is the bracket I want to use. So I configure the quantity into list price. First, it will multiply your quantity into list price. The amount will come like 1. The multiplication of quantity into list price. So I configured the column here. The column is like that, bracket is like that. I will configure the configuration, the formula like that. It will multiply your quantity into list price. After that, it will multiply your value quantity into price. So both the value will come like layer here. After the value, the net value by multiplying your quantity into list price and quantity into price, it will add the value, sum up the value of both. So I configured the fields like in between bracket here. It will multiply the fields like here. The net value is coming for both. It will plus the values like that. So in between these fields, I configured in it will multiply first, and after that it will addition, means sum of the value. So in between the brackets, I configured the plus sign. That means the net value of quantity into price and the net value of quantity into list price will sum up the single value. So I configured the formula like here. And last, you can define the number of characters I need, and the alignment will be left or right. So I configured like this. I will show you formula preview. See, it will coming 3800. So first of all, it will multiplying your quantity into list price. The value come like 1. Let's suppose the value is coming like 1. After that, it will multiply your quantity into price. The value is coming like 2. After that, the value is coming like 1 and 2. It will plus the 1 value and the 2 value. The sum of value will be, the configure will be single digit value. Single digit value means it will sum up the value. So 1 plus 2 is 3. The value will coming like, suppose the value will be coming like 3 here. So 1300 will be configured like that. First of all, it will multiply. After that, it will addition like sum up the value. So how you can configure the formula in BG? By multiplication, by your addition, by your subtraction, by your multiplication, by your division. So the sign for addition is plus, subtraction is minus, multiplication means star in your keyboard, and division is like slash. I defined it here. So how, if the field is not available in BG, you can call the many of the fields and apply a formula like by adding or by subtracting, or you can do the multiplication, or you can do the division. You can configure the formula like that in BG. After that, we'll learn data manipulation field. Hashtag T. If I apply hashtag T, it will trim the value. Hashtag W means the value is coming like 20 rupees. I want the 20 rupees like amount in words I want. So if I apply amount field, if I apply hashtag W, it will print the fields in amount in words. If I apply NZ, hashtag NZ, it will print the dash 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 syntax in instead of blank value. Let's suppose 20 is the value. I had configured 20 characters. So after that, it will print the dash dash like sign which I shown you in the NZ here. It will print the options like that instead of blank value. And hashtag NZB, it will print the blank value. Let's suppose I configure 20 characters in a field, and the amount is 10 rupees. So it will print 10, rest amount will be print as blank value. Your nothing will be print here. It will print as blank value. Hashtag RL. If you want to lower your round of value, let's suppose the item voucher amount is 19.88. It will lower the round of amount. It will print 19 instead of 19.88 because it will print the lower round of value. It will lower the round of value. So it will print 90. Up round, hashtag RU, upper round of value. If the invoice amount is 19.88, it will upper the round of value. So it will print the value like 20 because it will upper up the round of value. Hashtag RA, automatic round off. I will show you in brief. I'm just explaining right now how you can configure the fields in Busy itself. If I use the hashtag RA, automatic round off, so it will check the value is below 50, it will automatic round off below 90, 19. If the value is uh, below 0.50, it will upper up the value. So if the value is 19.49, if I selected hashtag RA automatic round off, it will print the value 19. If I invoice value will be 19.88. So in this case, it will print the value like 20. Hashtag LT. If you want to trim, if you want to cut the value from left hand side, you can use the hashtag LT content syntax. Hashtag RT. If you want to cut or trim the value from right hand side, you can use hashtag RT. Hashtag P. Padding characters if you want to print, like star star you want to print. So you can use the padding characters like thank you in left hand side and right hand side. I want to print the padding characters. You can use the padding characters like hashtag P. Hashtag if L. If you want to break the lines, if the line is printing, if you want to break the lines, you can use like hashtag L. It will break the line and the next content will be printed in the your next line as per the characters you defined in your busy itself. I will show you in busy all these fields how you can configure that. Hashtag S. Character space. If you want to print the characters, number of characters you defined as 10. So total number of characters will be print 10. Whether it is above 10, it will print only 10 characters. If you want to print the barcode, I configure some barcode. As you know, you can configure barcodes in busy. If you want to configure barcode in busy, you can use the field as hashtag BC. So it will print the barcode in your advanced format itself. If you want to print barcode with its caption like item name, item alias name, whatever caption you want to need, it will print your barcode with caption. So the syntax for that we have to use hashtag BCWC. If you configure the field in dictionary for second language, you can use the syntax as hashtag SL. So I'll show you in busy itself now. Invoice document printing advanced. These are the configure which I feel I configured here. I will show you. Data manipulation fields. Header part. This is the first value I printed, hashtag W. So I selected blank space as 40 and after that I selected amount grand total and before your character, total number of character, I applied hashtag comma W comma close and after that I configured the amount. I'll show you. Alt F4. Amount grand total. It is coming like that. You have to print hashtag comma W comma close. This is how you can configure the field. I defined the total number of characters as 40. So I configure hashtag comma W hashtag comma close. So if I show you the print data manipulation field, I selected here preview. See, in the top hand side, it will printing 19 and paisa 1888 only. So it printing like that. It will print the amount in words. It will, I selected amount grand total. W means the field will print in amount in words. I want amount in words. The field is not available for amount in words. Let's suppose the field is not available or I want to use a syntax that the value will print in amount in words. So I selected amount grand total field. I selected hashtag W. So see, the amount grand total value is coming in amount in words like 19 and paisa 88 only. So it will print the value like that. Next option I will show you. This is amount grand total RL. RL means round off lower value. If you want to round off the lower value, it will round off your lower value. It will round off. See, the invoice amount is 19.88. So it will round off your value. It will not print 19.88. It will lower your round off value. That means the value should come as 19. It will lower round off your value. So I press Alt P, data manipulation format I selected, preview. See the second line, it will printing as 19 because I selected RL. That means the invoice amount will be lower the round of the lower value. The invoice amount is 19.88. It will lower the value. That means the value is printing as 18. So now I configure amount grand total RU. RU means I selected hashtag, comma, RU, comma, close. All the configuration will be done like this. Hashtag, comma, the syntax RU, RL, W, comma, close. And after that, we just call the field before your number of characters. You have to define hashtag, comma, RU, comma, close. Like that, you have to configure the fields. RU means it will upper your round of value. So the invoice value is 19.88. It will upper your round of value. Though, so that means it should print like 20. So I will show you the data manipulation field. See, the value is coming as 20. Because the value is 19.88, it will upper your round of value. It will print like 20 instead of 19.88. It will upper your round of value. I will go to the format again. I selected data manipulation field. I selected here amount grand total hashtag RA. That means hashtag RA means hashtag RA means automatic round off your automatic value. So I selected RA. That means hashtag RA. That means it will automatic round off your value. I save it here. The value is 19.88. It 88 means the it will check point. It is above 1.50. It is above 1.50. It is above 0.50. So it will automatic print the value as 20. So I selected the data manipulation field, preview here. It will print 20. I selected 19.44. Now I save the item. Now see what it will print in case of 44. I selected the format data manipulation. It will print 19. So in case of automatic round off, if the value is above 0.50, it will upper the value. It is if the value is below or lower 0.50, it will round off the lower value. So it will print like that. Next option I will show you. The next field is padding characters. For padding characters, I configure hashtag, comma, P. I want to print star. So I selected configure here as star. From center I want to print. If I configure L, it will print from L. I will show you first how it will print the padding characters. data manipulation field like that. See, left hand side it will print the value, in the right hand side and it print the star characters. So this is how you print the padding characters. I configured the data manipulation field header. If I selected C, means I want in center. So I configured in center here. So padding character will print in both side and left and right hand side in both characters. See, the value is coming in center and the padding characters in coming in left hand side in right hand side, both itself. If you want to change the sign, you can change the sign from here. All the, which is whatever you want to configure, like if you want to print star, if you want to print another like minus, it will print like this. Data manipulation field preview. See, it is coming like minus. So the padding character, what field you need, you have to call that field. For that, you have to do what you have to do. You have to call the field like amount grand total field you need, and you want to print the value in center. In the left hand side and right hand side, I want to print minus sign. So I configure hashtag P minus. If you configure star, it will print star. If you configure plus, it will print your plus. If you configure comma, it will print comma. If you configure dot, it will print your dot. If you configure comma, it will configure the comma. Whatever you need to print the padding characters in left hand side or right hand side, or only right hand side or left hand side, you have to configure the character here, alphabet here, like slash, comma, minus, star, whatever you want, you have to configure here like that. Star I need. After that, what you have to do, you have to close the comma. It will print the padding characters like that. After that, I'll go to the data field now. So the next field which I configured is L1. That means line break. If you want to, let's suppose the value is too much, too high value is there for the amount in words. If you want to print only 30 characters in first line, rest of the 30 characters you want in second line, or rest of the 30 characters only you need in third line or fourth line. For that, we have to configure like that. You have to call first amount in word field. After that, you have to apply hashtag comma L1. L1 means line 1. In line 1, I want to print only 30 characters. Rest of the character will be printed in line 2. So I configure L2. In the second line, I want to print 30 characters. If the still the amount in words is still remaining, it will print the 30 characters in L3. So I configured it as L3. Still the amount is remaining. The amount in words in remaining. So the rest of the amount in words in L4. So I configured like that. Amount in words, I call the field like hashtag L1 comma save. I'll show you like that. I will this is the more value. I'll show you the print now. Data field preview. See, the only 13 characters is coming in the first line and rest of the characters will be coming in second line. So it will print like this. Only 30 characters will print in first line. Rest of the characters will be printed in second line and rest of the character will be printed in second line. If let's suppose I increase the character from here, I increase the character here like I configure 40 here instead of 40, 30. So I configured 40 here. Now see what is the difference. Data field, I selected the format. See, it will configure character will be printed as 40 characters. Number of character will be 40 in first line and rest of the character will be printed in second line. So number of characters, if you want to print in number of line, you can define the number of characters. That characters will be printed in first line. Rest of the characters will be printed in second line, third line and fourth line. You can configure like that. Amount in words S1 10. S1 means number of characters you want to print. So I called amount in words hashtag S10. That means only text 10 characters will be printed here. So I configured amount in words as 10 and save this field. Now I'll show you the print now. Data field. See 1500. The total of 100 characters is not coming because I configured 10 only. So I configured the number of characters as 20. S10 is the field. So I configured the field here as S10. Only those characters are printing here. So this is how you can configure the fields. Amount in words, grand total, RA, I already told you. RL, I already told you. RU, I already told you how you can configure that. Hashtag SL or barcode. I will show you now how you can print the barcode. This is the data field. I configured the body part. I selected here item print name hashtag BC 40 characters I need. BC 40 characters and 18 is the number of characters I want. New line means from new line it will print the quantity. So how you can configure that? I configured the field as item print name. After comma, you have to define hashtag BC 40. 40 means number of character of barcode you need. And this is the length you need for your item print name. After new line, I called a new line. From new line, it will print the quantity. So I save the field here. I will show you the print here. Data field. See, it will coming like this. Hashtag. This is the hashtag BCI configure. So this is the barcode is coming. Number of characters is 40. This is an image. 40 characters is this the barcode. And from new line, it will print the quantity. That is your one quantity for particular this voucher. So you can configure the voucher like this if you want to print your barcode. If you print the if you want to print the second language, you can call it from dictionary miscellaneous data entry. From general, we have to enable the option second language. I configured the language as English here. From miscellaneous data entry, I have to go to second language dictionary. I configured the value, local value. I configured here the second language value. Second language means your Arabic language, your Hindi language, any of the language you have to configure like this here. After that, what you have to do? You have to go to the invoice format, invoice document printing, advanced. You have to select your data format. After that, you can configure your data format, select the field, body. I configured Alt F4 here, item. See, SL means second language. That means alternate unit alias will be print your second language. alternate unit print name will be print in your second language. These are the fields available from here. You can select the fields. Which are the fields which is not available? You can define as Alt F4, static text. You can configure it as new hashtag 20 hashtag SL. How you can configure the fields? If you have any your second language, it will print your second language like that. It will configure as coming. If you have any of the other language in your system, it will print in your uh, Arabic format, in your Hindi format, any of the language which I configure or installed in your system, it will print like that. So what you can call, what you have to do is, you have to call the fields like static field. I configured the value like I configure in dictionary as new. Miscellaneous data entry, second language dictionary, I configured it as new, and the second language as new. So I configure static text here. I written down as new hashtag SL. Number of characters you need in a new characters, you have to configure like that and print like in your sales voucher. Select the format here and it will print the configured language here. It will print like that. After that, the format will be QR code. There are two type of QR code format. That first one is your static and the other one is your dynamic. For the static, you have to write down the T. All the vouchers will be printed as fixed. The QR code will be fixed for all the vouchers. If you configure the dynamic QR code, if you have to write it down as F. In that case, what you have to do, you have to configure the format name. I will show you how you can configure the dynamic QR code and static QR code in Busy itself. This is the company. I will show you for the static field first. I configured the format here, QR text. I'll go to the header part. I configure. I call the field as from F4 QR code. This is the field. I have to write down T instead of F because this is the static field. After that, you have to define the format. What you have to print? This is original copy. So I configured two QR codes from here. So I will print like that. See, QR code, text, preview. It is coming like that. QR code is coming. When you scan this QR code from Busy, it will go to your site and print this is your original copy. I configured the field here. I configured the field here as www.busy.in. It will, in all the voucher, it will print the same content. It will print the same context. So it will print www.busy.in. When you scan any of the voucher, when you scan this particular barcode, the QR code, when you scan it, it will go to the site www.busy.in. So you have to configure if you want to print another line to whatever content you want to print, just write down, call the QR code field first, write down T instead of text in because the shortcut key is T, means static test. After that, define the semicolon. After that, define the field, define the content which you want to print. After that, S means size. What will be the size for your QR code? Means 1 inch QR code I want. So this is how you configure the static QR code. This is how you can configure. So now I'll show you the dynamic QR code. For that, I have to configure the format first. I configured the format QR code. I add the format as QR code. Header. I want these all fields will be printed in your QR code. When you scan any of the voucher, it will print your company name, your company GSTN number, your invoice number, invoice date, buyer name, GSTN, bill amount, tax amount, item name. So obviously all this information vary from voucher to voucher. So it will be your dynamic QR code because the information changes as per your voucher. So I configured the fields here, which is the content which you need in your QR code. The, call the fields from here, like what are the fields I not need in your QR code. These all are the field when you scan your QR code. These all are the fields I want. So I configured the company name, company GSTN, invoice number, invoice date, buyer name, GSTN, bill amount, tax amount, item amount. So in QR code format, I configured these fields. That means when you scan your QR code, these all information will be come when you scan your QR code. So I configured the field here, save it. After that, I have to configure another new format. So I configure another new format, QR bill. For that, I have to go to footer part or from from any of the field you want to print. If you want to print your header part, you can configure the print in header part. If you want to print in QR code in body part, you can configure in that. If you want to print your QR code in your footer part, you can configure like that. So I configured or F4 QR code. For that, this is the dynamic code QR code. For dynamic QR code, you have to define the F means dynamic QR code. Format name. Format name means the format name. This is the format name. This is the content which I want to print in your QR code. So I have to define the QR code name. So QR code means format name. I have to configure QR code. This is the format name QR code. I have to copy the format name from. I have to go to QR bill footer part. I configure F. I define the name as copy paste here like QR code. So it will print the QR code in this format and scan the information from your QR code. The content which I configure in QR code format. This is the size, S means size, and 1.5 inches is the QR code length. So I configured like this. Again, I am repeating you. First, I have to create a new format in which I have to call the fields which I need in QR code when you scan it. After that, I have to create another new format. In that new format, what you have to do, you have to call the QR code field name. When you call the QR code field name, you have to define F. The F means dynamic QR code. After that, you have to define the format name from which it will pick the QR code details. So I configured the QR code details. Format name I defined here as QR code. Format name is QR code. So in QR bill, I configured it as QR code. So I configured like that. When I print, make sure I have to print the QR bill because the QR code will be printed QR bill. See, it will print the QR code like that. When you scan this QR code from your barcode scanner or your QR code scanner, it will print all the information which I defined in QR code. It will print all the information which I define in this format, in this header part. It will come when you scan this QR code format, it will print your all this information will be picked from your QR code from here itself. So these two type of QR codes are there in Busy. Thank you all for your precious time. I hope you all understand today's webinar topic. Please do practice for your better knowledge. For further queries, our helpdesk team is just a call away. Helpline number and email ID is given in screen. Please note it down. Thank you all.